Let's say you're a black entrepreneur, right? And you own a restaurant. And on the other side of the street, there's another entrepreneur who owns a restaurant. And let's say in his restaurant, he has top notch quality, name brand items, everything to supply his product, right? And his food is great. But in your restaurant, you may not have the best um, name brand quality stuff, but your food is just as good as theirs. But only black people and people around the world are only attending this restaurant because they have the name brand quality and yours isn't. And the only reason why yours is not getting any recognition is because yours is not name brand and yours is not being talked about. But the quality is the same. It kind of ties into my point of why black athletes are only attending white institutions to play the sports that they love. And when it comes to that, there are many factors I want to take into consideration. And the first thing would be why it's important for black athletes to attend HBCUs. Just like how we are as black students attending Delaware State, we always say that we feel more comfortable or we like the energy that other students give off. We don't have to not be ourselves. Um, and it also ties into what Devon Dillard said from the Atlantic. He stated and this is a football player who was cut from Oklahoma State and left Oklahoma State. He said that going to a HBCU where black where people are the same color as him, he doesn't feel left out. He doesn't feel as though he has to change himself um, and question to himself, am I wanted here? He can just be himself. So that is one main reason why I believe that black athletes should not only attend H, PWIs but also HBCUs. And my next point was going to be to talk about why black athletes are attending these PWIs. When you look at athletes and them making it to the pros and being very successful, you see that all these big name people and all these athletes coming from white institutions, whether it be for football, they're coming from Oregon or Alabama or Clemson, schools like that. If you were to ask a black athlete, uh, you want to get to the NFL, what school are you going to attend? What D1 school are you going to attend? Are you going to attend uh, Delaware State or are you going to attend Oregon? These black athletes will tell you, oh, I'm going to attend Delaware, I'm going to attend Oregon because Oregon, they're always playing on the big stage, large crowds, top prospects watching them. You know, they have the best equipment. They have the best trainers. They're on TV all the time. Delaware State isn't always on TV, but that doesn't mean that a D1 athlete or a black athlete cannot get to where they want to be in life because they're attending an HBCU. But that's the biased thinking that they're having because Delaware State isn't promoted as much as Oregon. Or they have not seen anyone from Delaware State make it to that big stage that they also want to get to. So that is another big factor. And the last factor that I want to take into consideration is financially. When black athletes are only supporting these white institutions, they're making thousands of dollars off of them. You know, these HBCUs aren't being able to supply that money for these athletes because they have no business. They're not being supported. So the equipment isn't as good, and they don't have the best trainers and everything to support these athletes. So these athletes are looking at it as, oh, if I go to this HBCU, then how will I know that I can perform the best or be at the best of my ability? So with that being said, those are the reasons why I believe that black athletes should not only attend white institutions, but they should also attend HBCUs.